I'm Mama Collat, pretty obvious mother of Collat.
And I'm Data Collat. Well, he's been a Rocket League player for I don't know how many years
Six,
now.
seven.
And he was introduced to the game by a cousin during a family visit, and he really took off. So we just let him roll with it, and it has not stopped.
And he plays on his high school team. He's the captain of his high school team, and they recently won the Western Fall Championship and are going to nationals. So I grew up with an Atari 2600 in my house. Just Frogger, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, kind of the typical stuff. Always a family that played games, board games, card games, that sort of thing. So it just naturally went from doing that to with Max playing the same things, card games, board games, and then electronic games, video games, family Wii nights, and then to Xbox and console. Xbox and PC.
PC, yeah. No, I was not much of a gamer, and I think when gaming really took off, I was probably in grad school or something. So I didn't really pay a lot of attention. I played a little Atari here and there, but not much. And my interest picked up as Max's interest picked up at about the same time.
And Eric plays a little Rocket League. We play some Family Destiny. I like Minecraft as well, but creative. I'm not into the survival part.
A little too stressful in those situations. You see a creeper drop down and it's over. Your game's over.
Go ahead.
Like Eric said, Max started playing just out of enjoyment and fun. And then he got really interested in the competitive aspect of Rocket League and esports. And, we just let him take the lead. We try to support him in his interests. He used to play chess. So we kind of saw competitive esports in a similar way. And we just learned what we could about it and support him as much as we can in his endeavors.
Yeah, he talked us into some family watch parties of Rocket League. So we'd be streaming some RLCS over YouTube on the TV. And at first, it was very difficult to pick up and figure out how to watch the game. But we started to get into it, and that's when NRG was really at its height. And so we were all big NRG fans, and we really got into it. So that ended up with us going to a couple of LANs and to support him and for us to enjoy it as a family. And we're big Rocket League fans now.
Well, and even too, I think partly because Max was introduced to the game at a family gathering. His grandmother has since become a big fan of his, and she has a T-shirt with the logo of the high school esports team. She watches them play on Twitch every week, and she has a Twitch account and a Twitter account, and she's Granny Collat.
Well, I mean, a little hesitation just from we didn't understand really the concept of grinding and spending 20, 30, 40 hours a week. Um, uh, but we really looked at it as, I mean, academics have always been paramount. So we just said, look, keep your grades up, stay engaged in school. You can grind Rocket League all you want. We'll stay out of your way. Always here to support you. And, it's a little nerve wracking at first. And then we saw that he just absolutely could handle it. So, okay, good with us.
And then we feel like too, as Eric spoke about, that balance of grades, as well as what he's doing with Rocket League with his team. But just seeing the life skills that he's gaining from playing and being on a team, whether it be perseverance or leadership or teamwork. There's a huge mental aspect to the game as well. So, just seeing him really dig into and struggle, but persevere and stick with it has been really great to see him develop as a person, and as our son. Well, I mean, I'd say for us, we're just doing the best we can as parents. I think, every parent does that. Um, we always have supported his interests, whether it be as a young boy interested in trains and construction vehicles, or being interested in esports. But I think for us, we've been curious about it because esports is niche. It's not as a big widespread thing like basketball or any of the more traditional sports. So just kind of being curious about, okay, what is this? What does this mean? What are the paths forward? What's, high school versus CRO versus professional? And we tried to learn the basics and tried to understand what those possibilities were for him, so that we could support him in an informed way.
And writing the highs and lows, because there are some highs and there are some lows, and the lows can be pretty tough. So just learning how to try to be there and let him work himself through those. And one of those periods, I told him, Max, whatever happens, just thank you for bringing Rocket League into our lives. And I was totally sincere about that. It's been a great ride.
Well, and I would think too that, being a parent of a teenager can be a challenging time in that developmental stage. And so maintaining things that you can talk about and bond over and share, has been really important to us. And Rocket League is one of those things that we can do that with. That communication piece is huge. And, I try not to think of it as it's not a video game. Video games are something else. This is a competitive esport, and trying to think of it in a way that you might think about it, other competitions, or how your child might be participating in other kinds of sports or other competitive activities, and not be so focused on the part that it's a video game.
Well, yes, we will be doing the more typical college visit or visits. As far as staying close to home, sure, it'd be great if he were in the region, but we've also talked about realistically, he wants to play, and he's going to go where he has the best opportunity with a solid program, and wherever that is, then that's where he would like to go. So we're just open to exploring and see what happens.